Hello, tubers and tubettes. This is David, and I live in Northern California. This video is going to be for California Dreamin', and it's about van life. So I take it back; it'll probably be for Back Builder too. So I'm a big Craigslist guy. I'm always scouring, looking for deals on Craigslist. And I came across one that was pretty good, but it was about 3 hours away from my house, which is hard to, justify the cost, the time that it takes me to get there, and then also the amount of money. It was $100 to drive down there and drive back with my truck. But I do have a buddy that lives really close to this town, maybe 15 minutes away. So we set up a time to get together, and it turned into a visit. And he actually helped me load some of the stuff up. So what I was looking at was a lady, an elderly lady, and her daughter was listing it, but they had a couple of bumpers, and they're called road armor. They're very expensive normally, but they're very specific as to what you're going to put them on. And so it went for a 2006 to 2009 Dodge Ram, and they came off of a 3500 Dodge Ram. Now my truck is a 2005, so that means the mounting brackets are narrower. When I measured it, the mounting brackets on that one were 40 inches, and the mounting bracket on mine is 36 inches. So somehow between 2005, 2006, they made the frame rails slightly larger, because this thing actually bolts to the frame rails by 4 inches. So not going to work for me, or it could work for me, but I would have to modify it. Either modify the mounting plate or modify um, the actual bumper. The thing is that the bumpers had already been powder coated silver. And so the story behind it is her husband, who had a big Dodge 3500 Ram, bought these bumpers. And they're still very expensive. I think $2,600 for the front bumper and $1,100 for the back bumper. The front bumper is a lot more elaborate, has places for lights and also a winch. But I was thinking in my mind, to put it on the van, because I think it's pretty nice. I think they would look really, really great. And the price she was asking for was really, really low. But I don't think anybody really could see her, what she had. The pictures she had were terrible. And even her daughter, I said, "Do you have a picture of the rear bumper?" And she goes, "It is on there." And it wasn't. It was just a picture of the front bumper, and it was upside down. So it was hard to understand, what it was. But I researched it and found out that and she did tell me that her husband paid $3,500 for them. And so when he sold his Dodge Ram, he was like, "I am not selling them with these bumpers. I'm taking the bumpers off." So he took the bumpers off, took the lights out of them and everything, and then he powder coated them silver. I guess just to make them look fresh or whatever. So I really don't want to mess with the powder coating, although that's not a super expensive thing to do. The problem is that this front bumper is 3/16 steel, so it weighs about 270 pounds. It was so big that I don't think my buddy and I don't think together we could have picked it up, because we're both older guys. So I took my portable engine hoist with me, and that's how I ended up getting it out. Um, she's an older lady, and I did feel sorry for her, but anytime somebody puts all offers considered, I have to make an offer. So I made an offer, and it was lower, and I know she wanted more. In fact, she said that her daughter was supposed to list them for 1,000, and I was like, "Wow, I don't know. I wouldn't have bought them, but maybe there's somebody that has a 2006 to 2009 Dodge Ram, and then you have the issue of them bringing it back because it won't line up with what they have." Well, I'm going to put them on my '85 Ford um, van. I know they're not going to line up, but they have some serious front brackets on there. And what I would like to do is to create new mounting plates on my truck, on my van, to adapt to these to the length of these, which is 40 inches. And since we're redoing the front end, I've got to put a cross beam across there, and it's the perfect time, to put a bumper up there. So that's what I was looking at doing, was to put, I was looking for a bumper. I didn't expect to find one this great. And so went ahead and got them. I had to use a hydraulic uh, engine hoist to pick them up. And then I got it into my car, and I had to use the hydraulic engine hoist to get them out uh, when I took it to the fab shop. But the fab shop, I was hoping I could get some big guys to help me unload it, but everybody was super busy. So I just unloaded them myself. It wasn't like the end of the world. And they're over there now. So um, I'm going to probably post a picture of what they look like on this video, so you'll be able to see. But almost, and then when we were talking about the original price before I asked her to discount it, she was like, "Yeah, and if you want this generator over here, you can have that too." Well, I had kind of really got her down on the price, so I said, "Well, you were talking about that generator, and you were going to throw it in, but how about if I pay you $100 for it? I mean, would you be okay with that, with the three propane tanks?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." I go, "It runs and everything, right?" She goes, "Oh yeah, my husband, he put it in the motorhome, and he paid so much for it that he was not going to give it away with the motorhome." So it's relatively new one. It's a 7,000 Onan Marquise Gold, and I looked them up, and it's an older one, so I think it's a 2005, something like that. Yeah, it's a 2005, but just in looking at the prices on them, they're like $8,000. It has a Cummins engine in it. It's not diesel; it's propane. So even if they ran it a lot, propane runs a lot cleaner, so that thing should be in good shape. And I have a buddy of mine who's an electrician, and he said, "Oh yeah, I can check it out for you." So my idea is to check it out. Initially, I was going to use it as a generator for my house in case the power went out. It's that big, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it in my van, and I was going to put it on the back door, but we both talked about it, and we're like, this thing is way too heavy to put it on the door, because it weighs about that weighs about 290 pounds. So instead of putting it on the back door, I think I am going to make room inside the van, and I'm going to put a vent system on the outside of the van, but there'll be no access door. I'm going to have them weld a panel around this thing with insulation on the inside of it, so we can make the sound go out the side of the van and not inside my van. And then I want to build a mounting rack on the back where my tire is. I'm going to take my tire and put it underneath the van where it's supposed to go, because I don't need access to my tire all the time. In fact, I probably never need it, but because I'm putting new tires and stuff on it. But I want to be able to put my propane tanks mounted to the outside of my van. So I have barn doors on there, and I want to have a toolbox that goes all the way across, but only mounts to one door. And where that mount is, that's where it's going to need to have the two propane tanks. I have three of them that I got with them. I looked them up too last night. They're $160 each. I mean, obviously for a brand new one. And these are the safety valves, so it's threaded to the outside and the inside, which is what you need, because if you don't have that, the tanks are too old, they will not fill them. So I'm going to mount them both to the back, and I think I'll have it so you can visually see them, so I could take it somewhere, and I just have to back it up to the near the propane tank, and then be able to fill them. So that'd be great. They're 15-gallon each, so I think that's like 9 pounds or something. So I have 18 pounds, or 30 gallons of propane. So I'm going to have one where I have it connected to the generator, and this generator is so big, it would be able to do two air conditioners and a refrigerator and an electric stove. So I plan on going all electric anyway, and so uh, I want to be able just to run it. But my great idea about this is, initially I thought, well, I'm just going to hook it up to my house. That way, if we have a power outage, then I'll be able to start this thing up, but it will literally sit there like these Generac generators that people have. They never use them. So sometimes when they want to use them, it won't start, because it's just been sitting there for 10 years. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this all the time, and it has a remote start on it, so I can start it from the dash. But I'm going to use it all the time. But if I ever do have a problem with my house, and I do plan on buying some property, maybe with a barn, so I can store my vehicles, then then I'm going to have it set up so where I can back my van up to the panel, and I'll be able to just take an extension cord from my van to the panel of the house, and I'll be able to run a generator, and in case power were to go out. Now, I've never had power go out. I mean, it just never goes out. It's always on. There's no issue at all. But if I go to a property or even up to camp, it would be nice to have it there. And whatever they have, I can plug it in and I can power it up. So it's way, 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 way bigger than what I need. I probably need like 1,000, 1,500 amp system. But this one is so quiet, it's made so well, and I got such a deal on it that I'm going to incorporate it into my van build, and have those 2 tanks on the back, and I'm going to have some mounting straps. The way I'm going to build the access door, you won't be able to tell. There won't be no doors on the outside of my van, so you won't be able to easily steal my tanks. So it's more about how complicated you make it. If it's too complicated, they're just going to go somewhere else. And so I'm excited about the whole thing. So I've got a generator now. I got those front bumpers. He hasn't started on he hasn't gotten any further on my front axle. And he's just getting buried with work right now. I saw him yesterday and he looked very stressed out. So I just dropped off my axles, and I'll probably go there next week. I don't want to stress him out by going there 2 or 3 times in a week. It's too stressful. Anyway, I'm over here at my customer's house in Lodi, and I'm going to go back and check out to see where we are on the concrete. I haven't been here for a week because I've been so busy with work and other things um, that I haven't been able to check it out. So I'm going to do a video on that and just see where they're at. Well, thank you for listening on the van life, and I hope you enjoy it. And I think this is going to be a great, great addition. I'll have some pictures and videos of the actual unit, and you'll get to see what it is. It's pretty badass. Thank you much, and have a great day.